Hey guys, welcome to my stream here. OffAxis FPV bringing to you live. Doing some flight edits, doing some building of the R2 unit again. Still going to be a long process. Thanks for joining me. I'll show you some more of the bigger parts in a second. But right now we're just kind of chilling out. I'll be answering some questions. And I'll be working on my parts here as well. So stay tuned. I'll throw another video in here. And I can answer some questions. Or just hang out. So everyone is having a good time in their quarantine. They're staying safe and staying happy, and you know, all that good stuff. Yeah, buddy. Just ripping some Bando school grounds with Luke. Chubu Chabu. Junior bacon cheeseburger. You didn't hear from me. Anyway, trying to get these pieces to go together. So I'm kind of focused on right now. So I'm not really paying attention to nobody really here. Are you here? Anybody? But yeah, eventually I'll be, setting up a lot more here and getting things figured out. But for now, we've just been chilling out. Thanks for joining. Wow. Acting like a piece of poop. Let me cancel that and start again. It's acting up. Let's try this again. That was weird. Almost like it was playing twice or something. Figure it out. Yahoo! Finally got these two pieces to connect together. So what you have to do is you have to drill out the holes to make them a little bit bigger so you can put tiny pieces of filament in. You know, less than an inch, but quarter of an inch long. Just so it goes from one piece to the other that is printed. And then you glue them together so that they line up perfectly. You use the filament and it turns out really, really nice. Like really nice. Like whoever did these files, Mr. Bradley I think his name is, he took a lot of time over the years developing these 3D printed files that you can download for free. But it's kind of like a word of mouth type project where a lot of people are doing it, but not a lot of people are sharing as much information on social media as much. It's more of a builder's type of community, which is kind of cool. It looks like this part's sitting a little bit higher than the other, which is no big deal because I can fix that out with a Dremel. So yeah, that's one piece. So this is where the shoulder connects in here, and then this is part of the front piece. Actually, this will be part of the back piece, back side. So technically this is the left arm shoulder hole. That hole is for the shoulder to rotate. And then this panel is the next panel beside the shoulder, of course. Yeah. Now here's the shoulder top piece that I'm putting together with this piece now. Now, if I would have seen this, probably wouldn't have put these two pieces together, but I should be okay by dry fitting all these together and making those connections. Should be totally cool. Gotta drill out that hole, and yeah, soon we'll have an entire shoulder assembly, which is kind of neat. Super neat. So yeah, I'll throw on another little quick clip video here. Back in the day when I used to longboard a lot, I haven't shared this video in quite a long time. So yeah, we'll just play this video. Enjoy.
I'm so stoned. Yeah, no, I guess not sunny.
How was your day today?
So good! Just did a full standy run. Felt real good.
And how was your fastest time, you think?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. It was faster than the fastest gravity cart ever. So there
Sick.
you go.
That's pretty awesome. Good job, man.
You alright?
Sorry, I'm back, I swear. Just printing out another piece off the printer. Just another piece off the printer. So yeah, just gonna start showing you guys some of the build that I have going on currently. Pieces are starting to obviously come together really nicely. Once I reassemble all the pieces here, because not all of them are attached right now, for the reason being that servos and other types of hardware needs to be assembled before I put everything all together. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but it's going to be sick. I don't know where that piece goes. 17. Oh, this piece goes here. So, this is R2 so far. You know, all the stages and every piece that it takes to print this takes quite a while. Probably 11 days so far, which would be roughly about, I would say, well, it's been pretty steady for the 11 days of printing. But this big open piece here is for the back, of course. There is an entire door that goes on the back, which holds a lot of the hardware components, the drives, everything that runs the R2 unit, for the body parts, not the dome parts. Obviously, dome parts are going to stay in the dome, but the motors, the batteries, the controllers, the Bluetooth module. Actually, the Bluetooth module might be in the dome. But anyway, a bunch of electronic components are all going to be in this base, which makes sense because it's going to be the most area it's going to hold. But yeah, all of our electronic components are all going to be in this door here, which is the data port door, which will have an actual door on it. So that's going to be sweet. I'm going to be able to put all my switches, all my dials, anything that I want to change from one type of unit to the other. So I'll have my VTX station, ground station installed into this, with also my LiPo charging station, with also a 6-pack cooler I'm hoping to have inside of this. Ports like this here, where other things like his actual ports that he has on his drone is actually going to be like types of things like power outlets and cords and stuff that come out. So this will be him, R2, in a full size. Picture's just tuning in there, Willie. How you doing, buddy? Slowly printing R2. 3 foot big. So it's going to be a huge project, and I love every minute of it, to be honest. This is the best time to do something like this, when we're all stuck inside, quarantining kind of deal. And yeah, it's a great project for someone learning to do electronics. Coming from FPV and not really having a lot of other experience in that, it's going to be sweet. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. And if you want the link, I can send you a link to the actual forum where you can download all the files, talk to all the people who do it. It's all Astromech. So check it out, and I'll keep you guys updated and stuff. I'm going to try and do some more media that revolves around just the R2 unit. not so much boarding or FPV. But yeah, stay tuned on that in my channel for the next, I don't know, I guess this month sometime, I'm hoping. And yeah, it's gonna be huge. Okay, one more print here, so I gotta take this apart. It's basically when I print everything, it has this kind of a raft on it to make sure that everything is square. All the parts kind of fit like Legos because they have these little pins at the end that go into the next part. And then, like I was saying earlier with the filament, you actually cut a tiny piece of the filament about half an inch or a quarter of an inch long, depending on the parts, and you glue them into place so they become your connecting rods. Those tiny little filament that you already have, because I mean, we're using filament to print, so we just use that. And those are like the best connectors for it so far, anyway. You don't need anything any higher strung, like a bolt or anything like that, because the more strength you put on like a bolt, the more will actually just crack and break the PLA. So yeah, doesn't need to be super structurally sound for the entire project, just the shoulders and the legs mostly, because that's what's carrying the weight, right? So yeah, it's pretty sweet. If you do want to come in and check out the Zoom channel, I can bring you in here anytime if you're into that. If not, you're welcome to just to chill and watch. And yeah, hope you guys have a great time watching my channel.
Giant beard free ride.
Straight up.
Hey, grab the cheeseburger, grab it.
Right now I'm on my second roll of filament. Just a second.
Show what you got.
That's what
He's behind you. He's behind you. Here we go. There's Jamie. Whoa, what is up? Oh no, it's a blonde girl from Chile. All right. Mark, look out behind you!
Come on, you guys.
Come on, there we go. There we go. Whoa, hey. Whoa! Whoa, my God.
So that was a hill out here in BC, British Columbia, Canada. A place called Giant's Head. It is a park on a nice gigantic hill in Summerland, BC, actually. That's in the Okanagan, about 4-hour drive away from Vancouver. And yeah, we go out there every year, or we used to go out there every year in July for a big longboard event. So that was a lot of fun. I'm really hoping that's going to be a thing again in the future with all this going on, but time will tell, I guess. I don't know if you heard my answer to your question, Willie. I've gone so far through 2 rolls of filament. I haven't gone through the second roll of filament yet, to be honest, but I'm getting very, very close, I can tell. And I've been told through other people's posts that an entire RTD unit will take about 16 rolls of filament for a full size. Mine's 3/4, so maybe 10. But I'm also going to try and use a lot of different things in it instead of having it all 3D printed like most people do. Thanks for coming out though, check it out, and hope to see you next time, Willie. Take care, buddy. I appreciate you coming on. So each piece probably takes about a few minutes, max about 5 minutes to clean up the edges and make it fit for the next piece, which isn't too bad because I'd rather print things a little bit bigger than a little bit smaller, which makes sense when you're trying to assemble a big project. The hardest part is getting the holes, there we go, cleaned off so that you can get access to those holes to print. Yeah, this one's really screwed up. I'm gonna try and do this type of stream on Monday nights, late night Monday nights like this, and I'm thinking maybe either a Wednesday or a Thursday night stream that's not super late, but see how that goes. Still really checking on to see viewership, how many people are on at a certain time, how many people are actually give a F about watching a live stream at this time of night. Seems to be people can get enough viewers. Seems to be enough people can get enough viewers to make a stream quite legit. So it'd be nice to get a bunch of viewers on here and hanging out and make it a good reason to come on and hang out with you guys. We all got something else to do, but yeah. You're welcome to come in and hang out on Zoom or just hang out and chat. It'd be nice if I had somebody else with me because then keep the conversation going. But just gonna keep building on my R2, and it takes about 5 minutes or so to get it cleaned up nicely the way I need it. And then I'll be done with this and I can go back to project number 2, which is also I'm building a wing, a fixed wing, FPV wing. Very lightweight, pretty small, hoping to make it work, but it should. The fundamentals are all there, so everything should work with the weight proportion and battery proportion. These clippers I got from Quadbox quite a while ago when they were doing their orders. I canceled a while back, but these have been like the best thing I've ever gotten. And they're just basic little clippers. I mean, perfect for what we're doing. Like, totally perfect. So, now that I've got that edge cleaned up, I'm going to have to screw some holes in it because, like I said, I've printed it from a bigger file. So it's recommending at 100% size, the holes won't need to be re-drilled to fit this filament. But because I've downsized it 70%, I have to do some extra work. But like I said, perfect time to do it. Don't really care. Time goes by pretty quick. And hopefully by the time this quarantine is all over and everything's back to normal, I'll have a droid that works. That would be the most ideal situation. So yeah, keeping on working on that, and play another video here until I get the next thing going for you guys. Enjoy. won't what? Skadoosh, I won't what? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Hanging out. I don't know what you're talking about, Skadoosh. You won't? Please share, like, and subscribe. All that good stuff, man. Hanging out. Hope you guys are having a good time here. I am printing this sucker. Just sending a couple things. Just give me 1 minute. Make it look better for everybody. Sweet. That looks way better. Right on, right on. I don't know what else you guys have been up to in the past while, but I have been 3D printing R2-D2 constantly, which has been really good. You know, keeping my mind busy. Building drones, fixing them. Got 8 now that work. Slowly printing parts for R2, so that's coming along nicely. And yeah, just been keeping myself really busy, building a wing, all kinds of stuff, man. Just really staying busy as much as I can. It was nice to see you on here, Skadoosh, but I guess you're already gone. No worries. I don't know if anybody else knows who Skadoosh is, but he lives in China or somewhere else in the world. And he's a FPV pilot for a long time, and very awesome dude. Very nice guy. And yeah, keeps us updated on what's going on in China. Right on, right on. just slowly working on my R2 build still. Found a couple holes that I didn't drill out before I assembled, so just going over a couple things, making sure that some of the details are there, the right size, and all that goodness. Oh man, oh man. I'm sure I'm making a mess. So yeah, so this piece here that I just printed off actually goes right here. So I have to glue that piece on, and that becomes one finished piece panel for the other side of this door. So now I have to line up the holes, put the pegs in on that side, and I'll be able to glue this piece together. And that will be another piece to the puzzle. Should have called the stream Pieces to the Puzzle, because that's all this thing has been. Many, 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 many pieces. As you can see, the Flash Forge Finder hasn't stopped in 11 days, and gave her a nice oil bath, grease bath, not that long ago, so it's a lot quieter than it was. Thank goodness for that, because it was definitely complaining as much as a machine can complain. So yeah, it's been quite the process. Anybody who's interested in building one of these things, give me a shout out and I will hook you up with the right information. Glue, glue, glue. Don't inhale. Don't inhale the glue. Or inhale it, whatever. You only live once. YOLO. That's all she needs. Ooh, I should have cut these down first. So the problem with what I'm doing right now is I glued the entire section so that the next piece will fit on it right away. But the problem is these pegs will sit out too far for this to actually go on. Plus I haven't even drilled out all the holes for this yet. So that's going to be tough. Should have thought that through. I'm also trying to get this done because I'm on camera. So. And I haven't smoked a joint in a while. That probably also helps a little bit there. So I'm just going to take this Q-tip, grab all the excess glue off as much as I can. Let it go around. Make sure all that glue is kind of more or less taken off as much as possible. This down, put the cap back on the glue so it doesn't dry out. Okay, and then I gotta take this piece and line up the two that I've already drilled. Make sure that they look good. That looks good. And the second hole needs to go right there. Right there. Right there. Okay. So now that I know where that screw hole has to go, gently with a hand drill, because again you're only going through a few layers of plastic, you're not really going through an entire block as much as this looks like an entire block, and you just want to put enough, a deep enough hole for filament to hold in there, not so much for strength but just connectivity. Because once it's glued together, there'll be lots of strength. That's not the issue. So, you can already tell this one is way too big. Cut down to about there. And let's take these down a little bit too. This one didn't even get glued because it's not glued in. There. So now they're pretty standard sizes. Very small, just enough to connect these pieces together. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the glue again and make sure all those little tabs are glued in the right place so they don't come out. And I've seen that one was definitely loose. Put a bit of glue on them, stick them back in the hole. Now at this point you don't have to worry about any excess glue spilling off the edges because we're going to assemble it next. So this one back into there with a lot of love. Now we're going to go back and do this again, which I should have waited. That's okay. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But the best mistakes are the ones that you can fix. So you can usually fix almost any mistake as long as you have the tools to do so. Okay, that's that. Now for this glue I actually like to go to the other one and make sure that I get glue in this one as well. Not a lot, just enough of a coat to make sure that the glue is going to stick to glue instead of the plastic. Gives it a little bit more likelihood of actually staying together really nicely. Okay. Cap back on the glue. I think I've probably gone through at least 5 of these super glues. So that's probably the most expensive part because that isn't really that cheap. Where a $30 Canadian roll of filament can last quite a while in comparison to glue. And then you got to spend at least 5 minutes or so, maybe a couple minutes, just holding these pieces together, making sure the contacts are good, cleaning up all the excess glue that's laying in around and bubbling out. I do use a little bit more glue than I need to, but not much more. Just enough to really make sure that it does come out the edges enough that I know that there's enough glue all the way around it to hold it all together. So might be a little excessive in some people's eyes, but in my eyes I want to make sure that this thing is strong, stable, and well put together. So I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I feel that this is probably the best way so far that I've come up with. I do have another trick that I learned from another friend who's printing these, and what he does is 5% infill. He prints it until it's about 80% done, and that way there's still the holes showing in the filament. And what he does is takes a hot glue and fills in those holes before it prints the final layers, so that it is a solid object, but not a solid object of PLA. It'll have the hot glue inside of it, which will give it also some elasticity / a little bit more flex when it does try to break. So I think that might work out really, really well for the shoulder joints, which will be the more heavier duty parts that I'm going to need to print. But for this is 10 to 15%, and it's more than what is recommended because it is more just a shell. It's actually not really anything more than that. So it's kind of sweet. Yeah, definitely stoked on how this is turning out. Here's another video for you guys. Enjoy, and I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Definitely one of my favorite songs. It's kind of like a really upbeat, really fun song to jam to. But yeah. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum bum. May have a friend of mine coming on to the stream in a bit. Haven't seen him in person in quite a while. Lives in Calgary. Kind of one of those old school dudes that I got into longboarding quite a while back. And yeah, super awesome dude. Hoping he will be online in a bit. But yeah, until then, I'll put on another video real quick and see if I can do it so that it's not full screen. I don't think that worked out too well. I don't think that worked out too well at all. It seemed that it was more like it was like dying on my end. Oh. Tonight, drinking Orange Crush, but with Crown Royal. Crown Royal is not a sponsor of today's event, but I sure wish it was. Cheers to you all at home. Happy quarantine. Yeah. So I'm going to be back doing this again, either thinking Thursday or Wednesday night. If it's Thursday, it's going to be a later night. If it's Wednesday, it might be kind of like around 8 o'clock Pacific Western time. So look forward to that if you're interested in the next one. But yeah, thanks for coming out and hanging out. Not too sure there's too many people on tonight, so gonna have to figure that out and see how it goes, I guess. Because I was hoping to find a little bit more people out and around today. Doesn't seem like there's too many people out and around on live stream or on YouTube right now. So I guess I'll have to try and figure out a better day. Or maybe, you know, the first one you don't get as many people. That's going to be the case for a while until people start realizing of doing this and then having more people come on. I definitely want to have more people coming on, help grow the stream, and yeah, just have some fun and talk about all the good shit that we're doing. either being skateboarding, drones, R2 building, any of that type of stuff that you guys are interested in, hit me up. And yeah, we'll figure it out from there. Yeah. So that was all shot with the DJI Spark. Bought that back about a year ago or so, if not longer, and been playing around with that one until I got into FPV, of course. And I really lost focus on it because of what everybody was saying. As soon as you get into FPV, everything else doesn't seem to really matter. It's all about those packs, and just because it's a lot more fun. You're aerodynamic. You can do a cinematography type style now. There's so many aspects to flying FPV that totally changes the game in any other type of flying drones. So it's really tough to even like have that much passion to get back into flying the Spark. And I still think it's going to be the same kind of thing with the new Mavic Air or whatever it's called. All those new Mavic type drones. All those type of drones, they're all the same. No matter what you do, like they're all still gonna fly about the same. They're not fast. They're not agile. They're not aerodynamic. Not aerodynamic. Acro. You know, stuff like that. It's all gonna film the same style. It's gonna film straight. It's gonna have a gimbal on the camera. It's gonna move it around so you get different views. But you're not gonna fly it like a bird. You're gonna fly it like a DJI drone. Slow, chill, not fast, and steady, which is good, but that's it. But yeah, so DJI, no matter how many times you change it out with your cinematography drones, no matter how many times someone tries to copycat you with other type of drones the exact same style, still doesn't really interest me anymore. I almost want to get rid of my Spark, but at the same time I want to keep it just for those odd type B-roll shots or very nice cinematography type shots when I get outside of the town. But not being outside of the city lately has really put a damper on it. And yeah, it's just not as, like I said, it's just not as fun to fly. It really isn't. They put a lot of restrictions on it since I've had it, which is fine. But it just changes the whole game, right? So I don't know. They're both really great options, and I think everybody should have at least one DJI type shitty drone. But It's all in your preference on what you're filming, what your day-to-day lifestyle is. If you have a vehicle, if you can get out of town, if you can do this and that. And yeah, I suggest just getting a FPV drone. You can really get a lot more bang for your buck with a FPV than a DJI, so that's a good option to have. Learning curve's a lot bigger with a FPV drone, of course, but there's like simulators on the computer you can get now that are like really well up to date and pretty close to being almost the exact same thing. So yeah, the learning experience is there for people our age and our know-how to how to use electronics in that way of gaming and stuff. So it's really all into you guys, all about what you want to learn and where you want to take it to the next level, or if you're just looking to take some cool video shots with a stable camera, DJI type thing, that's fine, that's great. It's still going to work out for you, but I guarantee you within a year of flying that DJI, Spark, Mavic, whatever you want to get, you're going to want to get FPV, and you're going to get into it way more, because coming from a guy who did that in the beginning, DJI, great system. Don't really diss it at all, really, just making fun of the fact that it's just not the same. It's just really not the same. But I mean, to each their own, right? Yeah, well, anyway, I'm gonna put on one more quick little video here that I did when I was filming some longboarding. These are a couple of my buddies here in Vancouver, and yeah, so a lot of great times with them filming it, and having a blast. Yep. 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 That was filmed by me, but a guy that I'm good friends here with, Jace Johnson. He does the organization of the outlaw races out here in Vancouver, Longboard Outlaw, which means we assemble as a group, go to a location that is predetermined, roughly a few days before, sometimes a week before, and we go out and skate and race each other and leave no garbage, leave no mess, all that good stuff. We just do our thing and then we get the fuck out. It's a pretty cool community. If you haven't heard of it, check out Coast Longboarding. They're really, really huge in Vancouver, let alone the world. If not, check out Ontario Longboarding, which is obviously in Ontario. Or if you're in the States, check out the Maryhill Rats. Maryhill Rats. Maryhill, one word. Maryhill is a place in Goldingdale, Washington, where they have an epic road called the Maryhill Loops Road. If you haven't heard of that, I suggest checking that out real quick. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on and checking out the stream. No big deal tonight, because tonight is the first night of very many nights that are going to be happening. Definitely going to be Monday nights for a little while anyway, until I figure out what the better nights are, and then I will probably be doing either a Wednesday afternoon or a Thursday late at night type of thing. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm really hoping that this is going to take only another week to do this body of our 2 unit, and then I can move on to the legs, or at least the panels, the doors and everything like that. Open. But as time goes on, we'll see. I have about 4 more rolls of filament coming, so that's going to be pretty dope. I've got 4 different colors. I got a dark forest green, and I got this like really nice bronze color. It's like a bronze PLA, so it's like a metallic looking. So it's kind of like really, really cool. Hey Quad Farm, how you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming on. Been trying to figure out what days are the best to do this. I want to do this late night thing with me probably once a week, and I'm going to dedicate another night that is different kind of stuff. But tonight is obviously going to be kind of a mixture of everything, because that's what I do. I'm a mixture of everything kind of guy. When it comes to longboarding or snowboarding, we'll do some videos like that. FPV, and then I'm also doing obviously my R2 unit. I don't know if you've seen my R2 unit yet, or if you haven't checked it out yet, I will show it to you again in a little while. But essentially it is going to be 3 feet tall. It's nuts. Quad Farm, I don't know what you're up to tonight, but if you want to come in on Zoom for a bit and chat, I can send you the link. Just let me know your email. If I had you on Facebook, it'd be a lot easier. I don't think I have you on Facebook, Quad Farm. Hit me up if you want. A lot of people are playing video games right now, and I was thinking about, jumping on the simulator pretty soon if too many people aren't hanging out and chilling. Keep myself busy while I'm printing, That's kind of the main idea around here. What's the quad farm up to today? Anything cool? Any news? Let me know, quad farm. I could put you in the Zoom if you want. Unless you don't like doing Zoom. Some people do not like doing the Zoom. That's okay by me, man. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be doing different days. Probably do like either a Wednesday afternoon or a Thursday night. And that'll be more dedicated towards different aspects of my channel instead of being all one thing. Because I'll find that more people will come on, check it out, and then leave right away because they don't really seem to be interested, maybe, is my guess. So I kind of want to have different channels and different, not different channels, but at least different days. Yeah, I kind of didn't really know I was going to be on until around 10 o'clock, and then started putting everything together. I figured out bitrate. I think I've got everything figured out on this end so that there's not really any lag. Still, I'm not going to have that great of resolution, but I gotta contact my service provider and get them to maybe upgrade my internet so that things can be a lot better. Maybe a lot better. So that'd be cool. I could definitely go for that. I'll leave that message up there for a little while, but I'm going to take it off not too long from now. There, Quad Farm, just so I don't get a bunch of email spam. Sure, man. No worries. No worries. Another time. Another time. That's cool. I don't know what time it is over there. I think you're in the East Coast, aren't you? Try 6, I got you, buddy. Sent you a request on the Facebook. You can do it that way if you want to. I can send you the link over the Facebook Messenger. Star Wars Battlefront. Man, I haven't ever played that yet. Mainly because my computer sucks and I don't have a console to play it on. What do you play it on, Quad Farm? Do you play it on the computer then? I'd be watching Star Wars right now if it wasn't on right now, but probably gonna do that after this. I'm one more season away from watching all the Clone Wars animation. It's kind of cool. I've been losing a little bit of interest watching it at some parts, but it has its peaks of really goodness, and I think that's quality because, I mean, if I would like it all, it'd be awesome too, but it's kind of made for a younger audience, I think, so. Right on, right on, right on. I'm just going to throw on one more little video of longboarding that we did a long time ago. Actually, I think it was last year. I'm not even sure this was last year even. I think this was 2 years ago. This was the very first FPV filming that my friend did at a longboarder race. I wouldn't say this is me filming, because this was way before I could even fly FPV actually. And I can't remember what camera this is, but it's a buddy of mine named Richard here in Vancouver. He was flying it. Guy in the pink shirt over there, or peach shirt, or whatever color the shirt that is. So yeah, that was our very first experience on seeing what it would be like, and like, you know, the viewing of longboarding with an FPV camera, with a drone, right? So it was pretty awesome. And then things moved on after that, and I've been doing some other filming of longboarding just recently. See if I can find the videos I'm talking about here. I might have actually deleted it because I had to reformat my computer. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's old. Shoot. You know, I've got a bunch of old footage here that never really made it anywhere. And it's kind of cool to go back into it, because it brings out some memes. You know what I'm saying? Where's this one? Oh, I remember this one. I didn't even think I even made a video about this one. Oh, so you're only 1 hour ahead of me. What? You're 1 hour ahead of me? 'Cause it's only going to midnight right now. 1 a.m. Mountain time. Yeah, I bet it does. I've tried playing some other stuff on my drone, or on my computer, and it just kills it. Like, I recently bought Fallout 76. It does not play well. My character jumps like it's spazzing out, and the resolution is just really crappy because it's on the lowest possible resolution. My video card's crap. The best part about my computer is it can play really nice, crappy old school video games. Like lately, I downloaded and I've been playing off and on is the Final Fantasy VII, the older version, like the original one. They're releasing, I think they already released it, or they're releasing like an updated version of that, which the reviewers are already saying there's not really that much difference. But I think that's one of the people like me that like fell in love with Final Fantasy in the beginning, and Final Fantasy VII was like, bam, like the best one, easily. But that's hearsay. I think that one was the best. Cloud and the whole story behind all that was kind of cool. I was really enjoying it. I was at that school that one day. Everybody flies around here, and I got some really wacky DVR with a line in it. Kind of annoying. Mountain time. So where are you then, Quad Farm? Where are ya? I just found a really cool picture I'm going to share with the group here. My buddy sent me. Just going to share it to my Facebook first real quick. So I just found this really cool picture my buddy sent me on Facebook. Actually, there's two pictures I want to show you guys. One's funny, one's just really artistic. See if we'll load here. It's taking its sweet ass time to load the picture. Did not like that. Boom. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? I think that has to be like my next like background. I might even put that as my background. Personally, like not on my YouTube channel or anything because that's somebody else's stuff, but I mean, that is super freaking cool. Like, that's pretty friggin' amazing. Yeah. So this is the shot I was talking about earlier. This is actually shot a drone flying with a sparkler attached to it. And we took the picture in that kind of like time-lapse mode, right? I believe it is time-lapse. So the shutter stays open way longer on a steady tripod. And the drone just rips around. Looks like the drone either started or finished here. Probably crashed. Or maybe it started there and it went all the way up and around, down and through, and it came at and past the viewer. Or it started here, went up and around, back and through, and then crash. Either way, it's a pretty cool shot. Really cool shot. Thanks to my buddy Dale for sending me on Facebook. Shout out. Wow, that's really crappy quality of the flying video. Like, really crappy. So anyway, yeah. Super cool. I don't even know how to get that screen out of there now. Oh my god, it's frozen. So this piece is probably, I'm gonna look at it right now to check. I think it's probably a couple hours away, maybe. Hour and 22 minutes. It's an hour and 22 minutes away. See, when it prints like this, you can stop it or pause it. Pause it. And then you can put glue inside. So yeah. Right on, right on. All right. So, totally. Got that fixed up now. Sorry about the delay. Yo, what is up, Edge? Welcome, dude. How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. Did you want to come on to the Zoom? Zoom. Yeah, the open shutter stuff would be really cool to start doing. Even with the LED lights on our drones, it should be pretty good, right? Should be something. But the sparkler, that was actually a sparkler, like one of those kids' sparklers. So, I mean, that'd be really cool too, for sure. I'm going to give myself my own like, because I'm in the chat as well. Yeah, thanks for liking, subscribing. You can share it to your buddies that might not know that I'm on. I'm going to start doing this every Monday night, starting at 10:30 my time here in Vancouver. And then, yeah, so I'll be doing Monday nights. And then I'll probably be doing either a Wednesday afternoon-ish type thing. Either I'll be joining in chats or I'll be doing my own. And probably Thursday will be my longboarder night. So I'll be doing all longboard videos, longboard talk. I'm going to do some giveaways and stuff like that. I've been skateboarding and longboarding for over 25 years. So I'm going to start giving back to the community that still does it, technically. I still snowboard and stuff, but yeah. On the actual image or on the video? On the video. The mounting holes in that piece it's printing is for the next piece that it connects to. So all these things either have holes for mounting of different electronics, or sometimes it's holes to connect each piece to each other. Some of them have like filament type connector pieces where you cut filament and you connect it, and sometimes you have the like small bolts that attach each piece. Let me show you my build again real quick here. Get an understanding of each kind of idea that it does. So I haven't been able to put every piece together because I haven't got my servos in the mail yet. And the servos are what I need to put in to the build itself before I assemble it all fully. But here, I'll just change this window. So yeah, here's R2. He's getting big. He's getting really, really big. So each piece has door hinges, stuff like that. So this door will have doors on it, door on it. So each piece has like a little bit of stuff to go into it still. This whole piece right now is one which I just finished today, which is quite the massive piece on its own. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is the shoulder brace. So yeah, this is where all the mounting of the brace of the shoulders are going to be. So that connects into the piece that is already attached on this side. Just spin this around. So here on the bottom, from layer 1 and layer 2, so layer 1 is the ring, that's the bottom. Layer 2 is the actual structure pieces that go up. Now layer 3 is these pieces here, all these attachment pieces here. These are all 3. So anyway, they all attach together in certain order with all different types of stuff. So some of them here have bolts, right? So you have the bolts. You have these connector pieces that are, you know, printed out. So everything is kind of almost like a little bit like a Lego, essentially. Other holes, like these ones here, are going to be mount holes for the skirt, which is the bottom of it. So this will have that same skirt, just like how R2 unit has the skirt all around the bottom right there, right? This piece here. So that's going to be another piece. That's another, well, another like 5 pieces. And yeah, so this thing is getting huge, man. It's getting really, 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 really big. All the pieces are going to come together. All the servos, all that stuff is all going to click into there, and then I can assemble it all as it goes together, right? So it's going to be sweet, man. I just need to get all the servos that go into these holes on the bottom, and then I can connect everything together, put all the hinges on, which is another print. But yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Hey, no worries, Edge. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. Give you a shout out next time I'm on, and hopefully we can connect and hang out. I should get some like twist ties or something to hold some of them together, because some of them don't take pins. Some of them should take pins. These ones don't. I think I might be able to glue this one together. I'll have to see how the hinge works on this one before I get too ahead of myself, but I think I can glue this one together now. So yeah, it slowly comes together as you print each piece. You figure out which connection it has to the entire thing. Up, bottom, side to side, everywhere it's going to be touching anything else. And then you make the judgment call on what you can really assemble. They say you're supposed to print each ring separately and, you know, put together separately and then build it all together. But I've been building a ring and then putting some pieces on it, realizing what pieces can't go on it right away, and then I'm building it like kind of like this now. So now each piece is kind of more of a, not a straight piece or a single piece, but multiple pieces that can connect together and won't cause an issue in building later. It's pretty sweet, really sweet. It needs to hurry up and finish. Yeah, it's super easy. Like the guy spent I think 4 years designing all the STL files and different modifications that come along with other people doing information with it and doing builds. Like, some of them are pretty intense. I can quickly show you a couple of R2 units that have been made over the years. That, again, they're not really like shown around as much as they are more just with the community themselves, really. They don't, I guess you just really have to search for it a lot compared to like other things that just are out and about everywhere, right? So this guy did like a steampunk version, as you can see here. Do full screen here. Yeah. So this guy is like total steampunk. So it's technically an R2 unit, just with different modifications on it, right? You got the helmet, all kinds of crazy gadgets on top. Here's my favorite. Now that is an extreme R2D2 mech. That would be the most hilarious version of R2D2 to build. But I think that would take me 2 lifetimes to build. Here is another guy who's done same style. Different version of the same R2 unit, as has different arms and stuff like that. I think they call it like the MK2 version, and I'm doing the version 1 or version 2, I think it is. And yeah, so this one is 70% scaled as well, or 75% scale, but he's doing a lot bigger print bed, where a lot of his pieces can print bigger. And yeah, it's a super cool build. This one actually makes me laugh every time I look at it. It's kind of almost like R2D2 if he was trying to be sexy. Got the legs, got the arms. He's like ready to move, man. He's going for a night out on the town. Too funny. It looks hilarious. Just looks hilarious. And how would you even walk with that, man? Like, come on. Trash can with legs. These guys are pretty funny. I was looking at the second one on the right there. He reminds me of kind of like Johnny 5 type of drawing or something. Sounds like you just need to kick her in the butt. So this is what it looks like in the inside when all the detail is more or less put in. That one door is not going to be able to open for me because I don't have that one printed like that. This one's a solid piece on mine, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, mine's a solid piece. So mine's not going to open there. That's too bad. I could probably cut it out with a Dremel and then print the proper piece for it. Because I have the files for both versions. This might be the other version. It doesn't look like it because it has the same kind of doors I have on mine. Where the other version has rounded tops on it. This is basically the dome I'm going to print for mine. This is going to be what my R2 unit is going to look like instead of a regular dome, like the rounded dome. So that's going to be more or less like mine. It'll have different functions, different cameras. Yeah, it'll be all FPV kind of stuff too as well. So that's going to be the biggest highlight of it all. And if you watch Star Wars as much and you've seen Star Wars Rebels, which is like the anime cartoon that they've done on Disney. This is Chopper. Or at least one version of Chopper. He's super tiny though. We've thought about making him in the past, but yeah. Kind of like the taller version. Then we have the Delgi. This guy actually just drives around on like that. His arms don't move, his legs don't move, but his moves. Head moves around, it's kind of cool. But unfortunately, he doesn't really like move his legs. I'm sure they could have came up with a way to do it. But yeah, this one's pretty sweet. It almost looks like it's a Roomba on like legs and a body. And I think a Roomba has to like actually be on the ground so it can do its job, more or less. Where I don't know how that would work. Another shot of that same dome with some other figurines that this guy printed. So this is a guy in the States somewhere, I forget exactly, I'll have to figure it out later for you guys if you needed to know, but it's all on this Astromech website where you can find all this information really, and these guys that build this stuff. Some of them are pretty hardcore nerdy dudes, but yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds. Standing ones, rolling ones. Like, people have gone crazy. This one obviously wasn't made, but I had to take this one off the website on Star Wars just because it looks amazing. Just so cool. You know how fast that droid would be. Totally. This was one droid that we were thinking about making, and by using those bike tire type controlled things that they have now, it would be a cool idea for a droid. Got some backgrounds for later for Zoom. Be using those once I figure out why I can't use the virtual background very well. But yeah. So yeah, some cool pictures of other people's droids that have been done over the years, which is kind of cool. Only the ones I really picked out. There's a lot of them, but I just picked out a few of the really cool ones. So. Stay out of my personal space. Stay out of my personal space. Stay out of my personal space. I think there's a song for that, right? It's gotta be. Right on, right on. So yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Rick and Morty episodes that came out. There's season 4, episode 6 and episode 7. I'm going to be checking that out after this. I'll probably close up here in the next 10 minutes or so, I guess, probably. Unless you guys are sticking around and hanging out. Trying to get more of my buddies here in the local area. But they are super lame. No fucks to give. Yep. I actually wrote that song down not long ago, and I'm gonna actually be performing it in my own voice and a cartoon voice. in the future, so that'll be hilarious to listen to. I'm going to be posting that on the channel as well, but as a different playlist once I start figuring out all the playlists and organizing all my video content, which I should probably do right after this as well. But if I kept saying that I'm going to do things after this, I'll just have a huge list of things to do after this, and I'll probably just end up watching Star Wars. So there is that. I'm going to throw you guys one quick video edit, not edit, a quick raw clip that I took a couple days ago, I guess now, at the park, and had a really great time flying proxy type flying. If you don't know what proxy type flying is, it's kind of like, you know, really tight surroundings, low to the ground-ish, tight gaps, or at least tight enough gaps that you're learning. And yeah, I really had a great time with the guys out flying. It was pretty sick. I'll give you a quick show on this one. Turn down the audio so your ears don't bleed. Maybe just a little bit of bleed. That's not enough bleed. Okay, that's good enough bleed. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out for you guys on your screen. I also can't wait to see mine done. Every little piece that connects it, and I step back from it, man, it's really coming together. And I've got a lot of the parts are coming. A lot of the parts are in the mail. There's not too much that I need left, other than like the motors itself, which I'm gonna have to build, and then figure out what motors will fit and how much weight I'm gonna have, and then I'll figure out the batteries in the motor, and I'll be good to go. Well, thanks, guys. That means a lot. Cheers. Respect. think I've got about like a 30-second delay between you guys on the chat and the video. Just let you know. I don't really sure how everybody else does it, where you don't really get the delay, but I'm guessing it's probably just the video, video resolution and the bitrate and everything. I don't have that great a bitrate, so I think tomorrow I'm going to give my service provider a call and get it upgraded, just so I can do better quality live streams. Because if you're having a hard time looking at my video as much as I'm already having on my end,
Checking out with the boys.
maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. If it looks good to you guys, then it's all good, I guess. That's all that matters, man. My end, it looks like it's like 480 in like pixelated video you guys are watching. Hopefully it's not that, but it could be just because I'm watching it and sending it at the same time.
Props again.
Oh shit. Yeah, this was the bad video. That was the no good video. Nobody liked that one, that's for sure. Even I didn't like that one. Peace out, man. Thanks for coming on. Take care of Quad Farm. Trick 6. Interesting. Weird Edge, thanks for the tip, man. I'll look into that. Like I said, I'm definitely just going to upgrade my stream quality tomorrow, I think. I literally hung up my quad. I didn't crash, I actually just hung it up. because you know that's how you like let it cool down. Is actually if you just like crash into the tree and like let it hang. So that's kind of like it's better, right? Because that way, you know, it's not on the ground touching any dirt,
Hi.
and you're kind of like letting it dry off if it got a little damp or cooled down. Yeah, it's kind of the way you do it, right? You hang it up.
Camera's tilted, hold up.
Yeah. So
You're ready.
pretty funny. Pretty funny. Puts me right in front of a fucking tree. Like who starts somebody right in front of a tree? Thanks, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I've been flying there with micros and stuff like that, but that day we actually just flew our 5 inches and just, you know, sent it. It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. This is a quick little video clip of when I had my Dyson Cinewoop 3-inch built. This thing was pretty chill to fly. I did that one video where I flew it, or I did the video edit of it backwards there not too long ago, obviously, and then I crashed it here after this video ends, which kind of blows, but I wasn't super stoked on it. I mean, I liked it flew great, but all in all, like, I think like a lighter, smaller build would have been a lot better, or even something a little bit more of a TPU, because this was all that carbon fiber PLA that or PTTG that I was telling you about, that I'll give you a link to on Edge, but I didn't like it as much, man. I really didn't. I did not like it at all. That's how you hang it up, man. That's how you hang it up. Stuff that will never make it into an actual video. Tap. Tap. Stupid GoPro is so tall on it. I'm not used to it. And here's where it started to fucking fail on me. As I started to bring it down, it just wouldn't catch itself and died on me. R.I.P. Tear. The end. Sad. Sad. Sad day. Very sad day. But time goes on and you learn a lesson. Don't use shitty 3D printed frames. Just don't. Just don't. I'm so lucky I landed on grass on that spot. Because if it wasn't grass, that thing would have destroyed some of the electronics on there. That would have sucked. Penises on the chalkboard. Not bad for a Mobile 7. It's got a Runcam Nano 2 in it. Yeah, I definitely could have put a 6S on it instead of a 4S battery. I had the 4S 1300 Funfly on it, only because I had that, because that's what I run on my 5-inch. Whammy. Ding 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 ding. Super fun spot. Peace out, man. Take care, Edge. Alright, Sean. Take care, man. Thanks for coming. I'm going to be putting her down pretty soon, too.